Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Tonight's game with our lovely crew. So, Wicked. Welcome. What's been happening in the Wicked Empire lately?
Just a second, and I'll explain it to y'all.
All right.
Oh. There we go. All right, we are good now. All right, so it's been a decent world. We've started our new job, which is always sometimes a stressful thing. For me, it was a bit stressful because I did take quite a significant pay cut, unfortunately, to get to it. But not too bad. I mean, like I'm gonna survive. It's not a big deal. And Lady got a new job too, so she is actually making more money. So she's becoming the sugar mama, and that's how life's gonna be now. She took a significant pay increase. So like I told her, she gets to pay for everything for me now. But other than that, we have the new job is good. We just joined the YMCA, so I have access to a full gym finally. And probably won't be streaming fitness streams anymore, just unless I can do like kind of a stream from inside there if there's nobody else around. But I don't know what we're going to do with fitness moving forward. I'm going to be working out, but I don't know if everyone else is going to get to see it, kind of thing. Aside from that, we have we're on day 292 of the 365 challenge. We are so close to day 300. It's absolutely insane. And I am so ready for it to be over. We're in another permadeath character on Valheim. We got New World gifted to us, so we're playing the hex out of that. And I think... Oh, yeah, and we started a new character in Skyrim at my community's request. So we have quite a few things going on. Quite a bit of happenings, I guess you would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Congratulations on all that. We'll tumble down over to Mr. Jarl of Goats. Talk to us, Jarl. What's happening in your empire?
Hello. Well, other than the unconsensual tree sex I have been suffering because my allergies are on an absolute rampage, it's been going well. So my voice may crack quite a bit while I'm talking, but just bear with me. I'm trying.
You're just having a flashback to puberty, right?
Yeah, oh god. I don't know why I went Morty there. Oh geez, Rick. But basically, we've been playing a lot of Medieval Dynasty on the channel. The official release is great. Permadeath is a lot more difficult on it, but you know, I guess I had that coming. We're obviously running our Dungeons & Dragons game on Wednesday for Death of the Deities. I'm nearly done writing my Fallout campaign, my Stargate campaign, and my Star Trek campaign, which should be Saturdays and Sundays. I think Stargate and Star Trek are probably going to alternate. Fallout I'm going to keep on Saturday strictly, because that's going to be my Fallout day. And as far as some of the other games we've been playing a lot of wow, I just had a FPS lag in real life. We've been having a lot of the new releases that we've been having fun with, playing things like the Phasmophobia update, and some of the newer games that have been coming out. Back 4 Blood's really captured my heart. I'm not 100% on board though. As a hardcore Left 4 Dead 2 fan, I was really bitterly disappointed that the campaign mode did not have versus. What the fuck were you guys thinking? And the fact that I still don't really like the cards. I understand the cards. I get it. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of the cards. There's too many unknowns. And I think that's why they couldn't get verses to work correctly. But
probably.
Here's to hoping in the future they enable it, because that's the only way that game's going to suck 100 hours of my life.
It wouldn't surprise me if they're working on that.
I was thinking the same thing until the CEO responded to backlash from the fans, going that he has no intentions of incorporating a campaign versus.
Just because he doesn't mean those who are doing the work don't.
Well, most of them who are also from Valve kind of share his sentiment. They feel that the card system wouldn't work with it.
Okay.
I hope they do. Not me being a pessimist. I hope they come to terms with it, because I think that would take that game and put it on the map for quite a long time.
I mean, I don't see why it'd be that hard. The card system's already in place, so instead of having the computer roll the enemy cards, you have a person pick the cards.
The other problem too is that the game it tracks your progress, and if you're doing really well, it'll spell like throw 6 special infected at you at one time, whereas Left 4 Dead 2 was balanced enough to where it didn't do that.
Yeah,
it would only throw 4. But the flip side of that is, if it's only throwing 4 special infected at you at one time, the special infected players would need cards in order to balance out the players and their cards. So,
well, I mean, you could do a PvP thing
see.
like that where you have like 4v4. However, the other thing you could do is have it 1v4, where you have the infected kind of overmind, like you've seen some other games do.
Yeah,
and they get to issue the cards and basically play like the Overlord, and they can take control of one of the special infected. They can pick which special infected, and basically how well you're doing gives them currency to spend and what potency level. There's a lot of games that have had that sort of thing.
Well, there's a lot of games that do that, but you have to remember, most of the people going for Back 4 Blood that are like big hardcore fans are the Left 4 Dead 2 players, and there was a competitive scene in that.
Correct.
Teams versus teams, and then it would rotate. One team would play the survivors, one team would play special infected, and then it would rotate. You can't really do that in an overmind setting.
Yeah,
if it's
that's
1v4.
True. That's true.
So I think that's why they didn't bother, but here's to hoping we get a DLC, because I know they said they're going to do DLCs just like Left 4 Dead 2, which is amazing.
We'll see.
Free, by the way. Free DLCs. They're very big on that. Valve does not like to charge for their DLCs unless it's a completely separate campaign like Half-Life.
There you go.
Chelsea?
We'll flip to this side table. Raven, what has happened in your flock of craziness of life?
Let's see. Aside from some gaming, not much right now. I'm in 2 amazing campaigns, both found on this channel, and actually another one that's not found on this channel, found on the XP Guild, and that campaign is, we're playing orphans as we try to survive in this almost like a Victorian-ish setting. It's still fantasy, but it's there's a little more technology and stuff than just a standard fantasy setting. And we just took over what used to be the Rat King's lair, and we've all moved in, and we're just trying to make some coin and just survive, I guess. And then on Thursdays, your sci-fi game, which is lots of fun. It's an amalgamation of every sci-fi genre, and with our own spin on it. So, you have different creatures, from my spider humanoid, Kai. We have more of a lizard humanoid, squid or something, cephalopod humanoid, and a few others as well. Robot, cyborg, things like that. So it's a lot of fun. You should check it out if you're not already.
There you go. Anything from you, Varger? Or shall we kick it off?
Well, I hope to be more on for more games and stuff. Life-wise, I've got a lot more free time now that I lost my job.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was not fun. I hope to get more games in, and I want to run a couple. Now that I've got some schedule time. Yeah. Oh, and if you hear me coughing through the game, I have bronchitis, so that's fun too.
Even better. Sorry to hear it. All right, well, on that note, we will pick up with the meat.
It's not a lot to talk about in today's entry. We went to a town and did a thing
It's a
and
joke.
did some shopping.
It's a prank.
We
People
had a
constantly-
little bit of a run-in with some local tough guys. Prior to that, I had a conversation with my good friend Bjork about the idea of mockery and overconfidence. I agree with his mentality that there is a bit of pride wounding that needs to be done to effectively encourage some people to do the things that you want them to do. However, there was a few times where swords were almost drawn against those that we should call companions, and there was potential for defeat. And so I had some conversations, or a conversation rather, with him about how should not necessarily charge into the idea of a battle with people just for, I guess, coercing of things. It's funny to think that I, the one that doesn't say much, would say perhaps we should talk a little bit more rather than aggravations. But then he made some good comments as well, and some good remarks about myself. As smart and wise as I wish to be, and as much as I consider myself a tactical, thoughtful person, to many they've never heard it voiced. And so it's very hard to be diplomatic when you don't speak. I don't think that's to change anytime soon, but the idea makes sense. And then also the idea that sometimes you don't need words. Sometimes you do need to let the fists do the talking for you. So as we're at a bar after a very, very, very long time at the shop, long enough for me, in fact, to actually sharpen my sword or my axe. I walked away with a few throwing knives, so that's at least a good thing, or throwing axes rather. So that's at least a good thing, but it definitely took its toll on me. I was a little bit hostile. So as we're sitting there drinking our mead and our ale, trying to end the day, a few ruffians came up and wanted to challenge our worth. It became a one-on-one against me and one of the bigger, louder, more aggressive individuals. My first swing at him, a little drunkenly, unfortunately missed. His swing came back and hit me a good solid right on the chest. At that point, I knew that it's time to stop playing. This guy actually may know how to fight. Unfortunately, he did not know how to fight as well as I did. His next 3 swings hit nothing but air, whereas all of mine connected. I gave him the opportunity to surrender once. He came at me again. However, instead of putting him on the floor or causing very severe damage, I rather redirected him back towards his own allies, who very intelligently did not interfere. They took him and promptly threw him out of the mead hall. And then Hraf, as a gesture of good faith and good measure with these people, decided to buy a round for them. Why not? I mean, not all of them were wishing harm upon us. Only one was speaking stupid. So we gave them a drink for their troubles, and that was the end of our night. Or was it? I don't know. We still may have more to go.
Okay, that is lovely. Thank you all. My system's acting a little bit crazy, and sorry for those who are viewing to see the white flashes and whatnot. Apparently, it wants to be a pill when I'm trying to get anything fixed. So I'll just deal with it later. So commands aren't working. Yay. But yes, well done, Mute. Find yourselves there. You've just given them a round, and you're all enjoying your brews. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do?
Nothing great for me. You know me of little words. I'm ready to just drink my drink until I go to sleep.
Okay.
I've got nothing on my end.
All right. Then you head to your sleeping arrangement. Get some rest. Next morning, rise once more. And start loading the carts. This town is very different from the rest that you've seen. I guess more hamlets would be probably closer in size comparison, but this one is a lot more industrial. They have a lot more stone, a lot more metal working than any of the other places. Instead of the normal timber houses, they actually have stone houses. Stone buildings. Built into stone hills, or actually some of them are built into the base of the mountains that are right there. You guys load up these goods that Bjork's father, Baggy, has come to acquire to deliver back to the earth. You prepare to make your journey. Any final preparations before you head out?
We're still under rations from the mother, right? We're still
Yes.
under that. Okay. No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember now. Did I look for? I think I did look for supplies for my poultice kit. No, I think I wasn't successful. Was that right?
Yeah, you were going to look here, but you weren't able to find it here. Either you could spend the day's trek up the mountain, or you could wait and purchase them when you get back to the main town.
And how long are we here for?
They were getting ready to head out today.
Oh, then I guess I don't have time. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Off you set. Wagons laden. Your nice groan from the timbers that you guys roll along. And reminds you how thankful you are. You are not having to pull these carts. And that you actually get these beasts of burden that you acquired to pull them for you. You all head south along the road. Who's doing what sort of tasks as you guys mosey on? Is there a certain order you guys want to be in?
I would imagine Bjork should be around the front to ensure for scouting and aware of threats. I would say I would be, if not in front of him, immediately behind for protection and security.
I guess Raph would take up the rear because he has very good perception in case someone sneaks up on them.
Okay. And you put the rest of the crew in between?
Yeah, I think so.
That's right. We're still traveling with the brothers 4, right?
Mm-hmm. And the
Shoot,
fathers.
we should let the big guy out front.
He may not be as perceptive as you might want.
Well, maybe put him behind Bjork and pull Mute maybe closer to the back with me. And then the archers...
There you go. Archers to the sides. Archers to the sides. Me in the back with Hraf. Brute with Bjork up front. I like that marching order. What do you think, Bjork?
I have no issues with it.
Just so everyone knows, you have 5 carts fully loaded, and so there is 5 additional people than there are beasts.
I thought we had our own horses, did we not?
The number you guys were helping with them, I believe it was 5. I'm trying to find where I had the number.
Because I just know I wrote down I have a horse and I named it.
Okay. It's been a bit of a crazy time for me, personal life stuff. I couldn't remember. I thought it was 5, but I could have got a different number. I don't recall. I knew it was at least 5, though.
The way I see Bjork in front, the brother can... Well, if he doesn't have a horse, then he can be on that wagon. The larger brother. And... Oop, I didn't mean to throw it. Where'd it go? Alright, so...
You trying to get carts? Is that what you're kind of thinking?
Yeah, those 5 could be carts.
So it's not confusing. You can go ahead and use a chest instead, if that would make more sense than a cart.
I was just doing a rough thing. If you have horses or chests or something.
There you go. And it may have been a few more, so I will throw a couple more in. Like I said, I couldn't remember the exact number. And I didn't know if any of you guys remembered, so...
So what, these are horses then?
Those are the horse-drawn carts.
So how many do we have of those?
I put 7 on there, looks like.
7, okay. What do you guys think? So just in a straight line?
Yeah.
Didn't you hear you guys are playing Caravan Simulator?
I mean, appreciate the visuals, but yeah, this straight line. Yeah.
One brother there, and then how many other? There's 4 more brothers?
There's 4 brothers, and then their father, and then there'd be Aggie as well.
Okay. Well, roughly like...
Now, real quick, was Baggy ever a warrior, or has he always been a merchant?
He's always been a merchant.
Okay,
He's
so
protected
Baggy
himself
would be
some, but
yeah. So Baggy
He's-
would be best in the middle, and the other father, who's a hunter, would definitely be good for side patrol, I would say. So Baggy in the middle between cards 4 and 5. Son 1 and father on the left, son 2 and son 3 on the right, Brute in the front with Bjork, and me and Haraf in the back. Let's start going.
The only question is, do these carts have to have a driver?
they need to. It's not a cart like you're riding in it. It's a cart like you hold supplies, and that's what's being brought. So the horse would need to be led.
Okay, so I guess they might have to be leading, but still be at the ready.
Yes.
And I think we're short then. So there were 5 of them in Maggie, so 6, so we need one more person. So I guess Raph would tie his horse to the back, maybe to this wagon, and then he would lead this one, unless the mute wants to do it.
I mean, I got no objections. Let's.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look, an agent of Loki. Just helping. There. Oh, okay. I apologize. I know who Baggy is. So these are the 2 archers. I recommend putting one of the archers. Is her father an archer too? Okay. Then probably because Bjork is an exceptional fighter, so and already have Fritjof over there, so another archer would be good. Okay, I think that's good.
So
Can we, out of just a favor, can we
Yeah.
have one of the archers pink?
pink.
Yes, the reason why is because now I'm thinking battlefield tactics. When we say we want to go back up the archer, we could say we want to go back up the green archer or the blue archer or the pink, just make one of their platforms a slightly different color. Because then we'll be able to remember their names compared to their colors. Like Arfin is green and Asketil is blue, or whatever.
Okay.
So the two A's are archers.
Let me do this then. Now that I understand what you're going for, I will make the father. It will let me. I'll make him blue, and then we'll
Okay.
have one archer be dark green and one be light green.
Yeah. I think that just will, as far as battling, because I have a feeling that you're laying this caravan out for a reason.
I
I
actually
just
am going to
figured it
roll
would be
for it,
easier to communicate.
but I wanted to be have you all ready if it does come up that. I find it fun to roll for it because, what's the point of the game? Roll and see what happens, right?
Well, let's be honest. We know Raven likes his cards.
I don't know if he has any more.
Well, I don't have any. I have 4 cards, but none of them are battles. Sorry.
Hey, anyone else can get cards and mess with it too if they want. There's some fun ones. All right. So, the first leg of the journey, you guys travel along the ways. Nice day. Uneventful, no bad weather. Come that afternoon. Everything's good. You guys set up camp for the night. Anything particular you want to do to be prepared for camp or not?
I didn't take any damage during the fist fight that hasn't been healed, correct? Because that's not permanent damage, right?
No, yeah, it was just blunt trauma. Is this mainly
So
tracking for the point of more stamina than
Okay,
anything
so
else.
I don't need to be healed. Okay, well then, nah.
Question for you, Diamond X. So basically, I have an ability under Natural Explorer where difficult terrain doesn't slow group travel. In 5e, this does also pertain to a wagon, but I want to suggest that since this is a caravan, that if you want to throw difficult terrain at us, I would be 100% on board with this being the exception of difficult terrain slowing us down.
Because there's a lot of
it's
not just
yeah.
one.
There's a lot of carts and wagons, and that's part of the fun of caravans. I don't want just because I'm a ranger to have us travel max speed.
No. I typically view that as you'd have advantage on yours and stuff, and give the group an advantage, basically like bringing the DC down, sort of thing. Not so much just
Okay, cool.
flat out
I like
success. Flat out success just ruins the fun of the game.
Yeah, I was thinking, if anything, if you wanted me to, I could make survival checks or nature checks when we do encounter difficult terrain, and then maybe that ignores difficult terrain comes up. But I was sitting here looking at this caravan going, man, it would be a shame if he just skipped like potholes and crap just because I'm a natural explorer. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want it to get stuck. I want to have to fix the wagon wheel and get us jumped.
Well, that's what I'm rolling
He
for.
wants one of the brothers to die of dysentery.
No, the brothers have proved themselves. Hey, Mute, if you trip and fall, how do we know that you're hurt? If you're in the back, are you gonna shout out to us, or?
I mean, I do grunt.
The bird keeps an eye on him. The bird is also looking.
we just hear, don't come from the back. We're like, oh shit. Mute, you okay? Sorry, that was sidetracked.
It's all right. Gotta have some
You
fun.
making that grunt noise you just did, Dime, reminds me of the guy from Joe Dirt. Home away, you make it.
There you go.
He is more than welcome to take my spot with the horse. I'm not really much for that, but I stepped up if he doesn't want to.
I'll let you be the hero. I'll stay in the back.
I also kind of like the idea of Mute being in the back because he and I are pretty fast at rotating because we have abilities that let us do so. But we could get from front to back pretty quickly if need be.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
And I have range, so.
Yep. So it's good that you're on the wagons or in the middle or something.
Apparently the dice don't want you guys to have to deal with much.
I could have given you disadvantage or bless you or something.
Well, there's some minor stuff that happens, but nothing like, major threat. I didn't roll below an 11. So
I have a question. How many we still have quite a journey ahead of us, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's a
Sure.
chance we could
Theremin
get
Rose
jumped at
played
night.
this card.
That's for the next roll, whatever it happens.
Say that again.
There's a chance that we could get jumped at night, right?
Yeah.
So I have a question. Is there any way we could duplicate the treasure chest, make a circle out of them, and just kind of set it to the side for like a camping battlefield?
We could do that.
Okay, good, because I have a lot of strategies with a wagon camp that I want to try to bust out. Sorry, guys. It's important. It'll help us.
And also, the party might already know that the Raven doesn't sleep. Can wake me up as a bonus action while it is within 100 feet of me.
Here you go, Yarrow.
So,
Thank you.
It's not a magical ability that the Raven is awake all the time. It's had so much coffee over its entire lifetime that it's permanently awake.
yeah,
Some
probably.
Viking
be.
brew.
Well, I found out you can make acorn coffee. It doesn't
He's
have
had some of my
caffeine.
coffee mead.
That's what I was thinking. Like, damn. Here you go, Dime. I don't know if you want to like save those as a group or I'm not familiar with tabletop sim, but nice little circle of wagons here.
Yeah. So you put the wagons there, keep the horses on the inside with you, or put them out on their own.
There's a part of me that wants to say we should leave the horses outside the wagon for bait, but I don't know if that's the smartest idea.
I
It's up
mean,
to the group.
depends on if you want to carry all of the stuff yourself or not, right?
Yeah, I prefer my horses to be alive, so I would prefer them inside the circle.
So let's expand the circle then.
Running most wagon trails, wasn't it that the horses were still connected? Like, so that if they needed to get away,
Oxen were, but wagons were usually untethered because of how valuable they were. They were kept inside, but then again, it's a fictional world, so I don't know if horses are common or not. In this.
Yeah, I mean, there's only your island that you guys know of. And so you only know of the kind of like draft ponies that the one settlement has.
Right. So, let's see. We've got quite a few people who could run watch. It's up to you guys, but as players, we'll just do a little out of character chat. Should we do one party member and one of the other guy's sons, Sig's sons? For each watch.
Yeah, I like the 1+1.
Yeah, because I figure, I mean, like, sure, I'd love to go on watch with Mute or Craft or even our little Vecna worshiping friend, but
Is he even
Vecna,
here?
Loki. Wow.
Wrong,
Vecna worshipping.
wrong world.
But as far as the brothers, it would be a shame if they were on watch together and then we get jumped because of their stupidity. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right, it'd be much better to get jumped for your own stupidity.
Yes. Well, I'll be able to wake up whenever we get jumped. So.
it is a good question though whether or not I'm actually even there. I mean,
You were there.
last time I was with. Okay.
Yeah, you went with us. It's just that we went on little like adventures without you, which I think is fitting because we don't really know that much about you yet. But you were part of the caravan.
We had your back minded the car.
If nothing else, you could
You've
have
been
found out
napping
where
in the
they went and
wagons.
met up with them there to help them back to town.
Yeah.
Perhaps you're scouting on each side, since we have Bjork in the front, and you can go on each side of it so we don't get ambushed from the side.
I'm on wolf duty.
So we're down for our first night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and take the darker watch. So if there's 4 watches, I'll take 2 or 3.
I volunteer for the darker watch, and I let you know that I'm fine with that one.
Okay, so 2 or 3. So I'll take 2, you take 3.
Because I can see in the dark.
It's true.
Which
All right, I'll
one
take
do you
8
want,
p.m.
the dawn watch. Okay, so you're gonna take the first watch.
Yep, I'm gonna take the first one because I want to go to sleep.
I'm with you. If this were real life, I'd rather do the first watch and just get it over with and sleep, hopefully uninterrupted.
I'll take the 4th watch because I deserve to sleep the longest.
You actually get the
Oh,
same
okay.
amount of sleep. You just wake up
You
earlier.
know, I never took
Uninterrupted.
Marger as an early bird. Nothing fills the dark heart of Loki like a nice sunrise.
Which the best part is how much he serves Loki.
You know, I think out of flavor, it would be really funny if you playing Sigget get to choose who goes with us on these watches. Because
I think Jarl wants the brute with Bjork.
Oh man, wouldn't that be funny though if the brute traveled with me?
So he looks to his sons as he sees you guys are giving up that. And he tells Fritjof that he can join. Let's see.
Raph. The
Third
weakest
watch.
Their watch, which is Ref.
One. Yeah.
I
It
rolled
kind of makes sense. Yeah.
the eldest brother. Gets the 4th watch. And dark green, which is one of the younger brothers, Ernfin, it gets 2nd watch, and so 1st watch is Escatil, who will be joining
Yeah.
the 1st watch.
I'm putting the guy who's with me plus my name equals 2nd watch, just so that we can have the same watch patterns for every night. That way this isn't a conversation every time. Perfect.
Actually, I rolled the
Alright,
d4 to
Ernfin.
see who got which spot.
That is a monster of a dice.
So which one is with mute? Arfin or Frode?
Which one was mute at? He was at 1, wasn't he?
He was the first watch,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so that was Arfin.
Actually, that works because mute is melee and Arfin is ranged, and Frode is then again, I guess, with Vargar.
Catil's with me.
So Frode is with Vargar on the 4th watch.
No. Yes. Frode is 4th watch. Yes.
So I'm with light green then. Got it.
And thank you for the alert, Dragon. There we go. Everyone set?
Yep.
All right. 1st watch. Roll perception.
So before we go, you, Bjork, should inform the brother that is coming with me to be on the lookout for a pebble to fly his way. That is my way of advising things are coming. So as we start to get into our watch, I reach down and pick up a stone and put it in my pocket so it's ready to go.
Oh, you're the quiet stoner type. Got it.
I look to the brother, watch your mouth, and chuckle.
So, I
Holy
put the stone in my pocket, and I apparently don't need it. I got a nat 20 on that, so
That doesn't mean you don't need
huzzah!
it. That doesn't mean you don't need it. That only says how well you perceive.
I perceived everything.
So whatever
see the
happens
whole world.
means you perceive it.
Okay, I see the whole world for a minute. I can see all the way to Asgard and Midgard and all of them. I see everything.
And Raven played disadvantage, so go ahead and roll again and take disadvantage.
So that's a 4.
Add up what you get total.
All right, hang on, let me find it.
So it would be +1, so 5.
Isn't it +3 for perception?
Oh, +3.
Yep.
Okay,
So 7.
you got 7.
So apparently I don't see anything.
Yep. You're distracted by internal thoughts or something like that. Or maybe by the younger brother's antics of his way of keeping watch.
Should the Raven get a roll as well, since it is awake and watching?
No, you can't. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because that's how it has to notice something to wake me up.
Go for it.
All right, it is only a +3 though. Nat 20. 23.
Should have given you the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, shit, if we got a Raven watching us, I'm just going to go back to sleep. I mean, like, what's the point of needing to do anything at all?
It's a +3 is not amazing.
That's all I got.
Yeah, see? So 6 eyes are better than 4.
So, Wicked. Mute sees brother he's with, checking all his arrows, checking the fletching on them, making sure the tips are sharpened and ready to go. Basically doing some basic maintenance and just listening and looking out. And that's your shift. Your shift is over. You can go and wake the next person and get to sleep.
Mute. How does Mute wake Bjork up?
So, I walk over to Bjork's bedroll. He looks very calm and peaceful. So, I think about shaking him, and then I think against it. I find a stick. Kind of a thin stick. And I start poking his nose with it. Just kind of fidgeting around there.
Oh, I don't want to get out of bed, Mom.
Poke him again.
And I grab my spear, and I'm not pointing at the Mute because I'm not like freaking John Wick. But immediately comes up in a very defensive fashion, and I'm looking around like Wicket the Ewok from Star Wars, just up in the air,
There you
like.
go. You see the Mute there
Oh.
with a stick poking you.
Take it. It's my turn. Ugh.
I nod my head and laugh, and then just walk over to my bedroll and throw myself in.
The Raven lives. She flies onto Bjork's shoulder.
And if Asketil is still there, I'll just tap him on the shoulder and wake him up if he's not awake yet.
Sure.
Asketil, get up, brother. It's time for our watch.
His brother would have woken him. Well, he was getting you. So you see them talking and handing off. And he comes over to you. He's like, I hate getting broken rest, but it's better than getting broken body. Ugh.
It's true. Besides, they always say that those who watch in the middle of the night, and I'm kind of doing like stretches because I slept on some rocks. Those who wake up in the middle of the night usually get most of the glory. I pat him on the back.
He goes over to the fire and you see he starts doing maintenance. Same thing the other younger brother did.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and make a lap around.
He's like, there's a group of squirrels in the tree over there. So if they start chattering at you, just watch out. Don't alert others.
Understood.
And,
I disregard what he says because you should never have your watch perception made bias by other people's observations.
Yeah. No, that's
and
fine.
I rolled a 16.
And he's like, don't worry about the bear either. 16. Nice.
Yep.
He says that, and you see a dark shadow walking in the woods, not too far out.
What kind of... Can I get a general idea of its size compared to the trees?
It's pretty good size. It's probably about the size of one of your ponies, maybe a bit bigger. When he said bear, you're like, yeah, it's about the size of a bear.
I keep an eye on it, but I don't make any drastic moves towards it. Maybe I shake the raven on the shoulder and point towards the trees. Why?
Oh, I guess it is smart enough to understand that. Well, actually, you point in that direction, so it flies off in there, and it tries to find the bear.
Yeah, because I know the bears aren't usually active in the middle of the night, so...
The raven doesn't have dark vision, so that's a 3 plus a 3, so 6.
He's not able to find it.
And yeah, she flies back, and
All right, and if that concludes, if the 2 hours go by uneventfully, I'll return to the camp.
Is there anything else you want to do, or you just keep patrolling around the campsite?
I keep patrolling around the camp. I don't have dark vision, and tracking at night is foolish. So I keep an eye in the general area of the forest. If it's a bear, I'm not going to mess with it. Even though bears are aggressive creatures, they're actually also pretty timid, and going after it will definitely trigger an attack. So I'm just keeping my distance, keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
Should it step away from the forest line, I will absolutely alert the camp.
Oh yeah, if it steps towards you, I figured you would alert the group. Since you saw it. Okay.
And if my shift comes to a close, I'll tell the bird to wake Raph up.
actually, the bird just looks at you, and Raph's already getting up.
Okay, cool.
So, as
Then I return to my bedroll.
you being more of an outside person, Yorick, you notice the weather is shifting, and you fear that you might have a less pleasant trip tomorrow.
But it won't hit us until after dawn.
Uncertain. You haven't taken expertise in weather prediction, but you can feel a shift in the temperature and the pressure a little bit.
Do we have any furs on the wagons to stretch out, or actually the wagons are probably needing it for the goods inside. I'm going to move my bedroll just in case underneath one of the wagons, and then go to sleep. Mute can sleep outside.
So,
Mute
Raph is
doesn't
up.
respond because he's asleep.
Precisely. Raph is up with his lovely companion, who just grumbles and complains and swats his brother off a few times, and then finally gets up and is kind of in a general grumbling mood. Get this stuff, and is just sitting by the fire the whole time, basically doing that.
That's fine. I give him a space, and see, I'll just do the single roll because I already get that bonus. Oh, that was an 18 and moved to a 6, which is 14.
Okay. So yeah, there they are. The night presses on.
Do I see bear, squirrels, or something? No.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out because I have the better eyesight right now. So give Fritjof his space because he doesn't want to be awake. But you know what? I'll walk by him. If he ever looks at me, he'll see my single eye is probably glowing. Right.
It's a weird freaky guy with a bird and stupid flowy eyes. I don't understand this stupid stuff. I don't understand why here be here. Just
The bird stares at him. I don't give him the look at what the bird looks at him.
creepy. And yeah, that's pretty much how your shift goes. Listening to someone complain and gripe and complain and gripe and gripe and complain. And, yeah, that's about it. The younger brother's not known for, or this brother, actually the second brother, isn't exactly known for his intelligence, his subtlety, his politeness, you know.
Conversation skills. We should have put him with
He has
mute.
great conversation skills. So yeah, that's your shift with him. It would have been funny if he had wound up with the mute or with Bjork, after Bjork being the one who kind of egged him on. But them's the dice.
It's okay. I like the matchup. I think it's good.
Your shift
Nice
comes to an end.
balance. I'll wake up Vargas.
Barger.
Vargas. Diane, you notice over where it says Xanos Nightblade, there's 4 question marks. Okay, it's not that important. It's just odd.
I don't see any question marks. I see dice that he's put in his hand that you can't identify.
Right over his.
Yes,
right
those
over-
are question marks.
It's
Are
'cause
actually
it's in his
dice that
hand.
you can't identify because they're in his hand.
Oh.
So if you're playing cards, you can't see his hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Sorry. Yeah.
You're fine. Just letting you know. So you hear the other brother go to. He like just goes to kick his older brother to wake him up, and you hear a thump. Stupid, get out there. You see he's getting back up off the ground. The older brother gets up, comes out for his watch. Barger, good morning to you.
You're waking me up from my.
If you want, Liv can stay on your shoulder. Just don't bother her too much, and she'll keep an extra pair of eyes out for you. If not, she'll just go sit probably in one of the wagons and look up.
Fair enough.
So do you let her on your shoulder, or do you shoo her away?
He lets her on his shoulder, but for the rest of his shift, he just refers to her as Bird.
Yes, bird.
Oh my god, it did it again. 18, it stopped, and then it moved to a 6. So
It just
9,
wants you to roll so well.
Yeah.
Barger?
That is a 23.
Beginning of your shift, you could swear you saw a bear a number of times walking around the camp.
So this older brother, right? I wasn't here when we met these people, so I'm trying to visualize it.
Thank you, Dragon. You're trying to visualize the older brother, or what he does, or what?
What he looks like and how he's acting.
He looks like a woodsman. Kind of like, almost like you might want to think he's a druid if that sort of class existed. But he doesn't have any weapons except for an oak, or a stick. It could be oak, it could be something else. It seems like it's a hardwood with the amount of force he puts on it. So it's definitely a harder wood. And that's all he has is stick.
Have I seen him in combat? Have I seen him in combat before? Or...
Yeah. Or no, you heard stories about it from the others. You weren't there when you saw it. He fights with the stick, kind of like it's a spear or a bow staff. And he's not as muscular as his younger brother, but he seems to have wisdom that the younger brother's missing. And then the two youngest brothers are both kind of more ranger sorts or rogue sorts. They are archers, scouts, sneaky.
My kind of people.
Welcome, Dump.
So he'll nudge the older brother. Hey, I didn't get your name before. Probably because I care. You're
Frode.
who again?
I'm Frode.
Frode. How fitting. You look more in with nature
He's just like stretching.
than your brothers.
Seems to do his morning routine. Interesting.
Do you have faith, Frode?
I do.
Any particular god you connect with?
All of them.
Yeah, we all have connections with all of them. I mean, like he'll point to Raph, who's asleep. My bird friend, yeah,
Odin, yes.
yeah. I am. I have my own that I connect with.
And who's that?
Have they told you?
No.
Okay.
They haven't spoken of any sort of deities or patronage.
Oh.
You actually hear you hear a laugh. It's not very loud, but you hear a laugh from the raven.
Quiet bird.
It's like a human laugh is what comes from the raven's. That's what sound it makes.
That is unsettling.
Raven, just to be clear, does that mean Haraf is awake?
No, it has mimicry, so it's probably because it is
Okay.
a spiritual animal and connected with Odin. I thought a laugh would be appropriate when talking
That's fine.
about
That's fine. I
Loki.
wanted to specify and make sure it was
Yeah.
clear. Okay, back to for you, Varger.
Yeah, he's. I mean, a bird mimicking a human laughter is. He's gonna look at the bird like it's the weirdest thing he's ever seen in his life. But he'll be like, anyway,
You were talking about your
mine.
Yes.
Oh yes, mine is Baldy.
Baldy? What?
The Balder. Sorry.
How could you follow him if you don't even know his name?
I get him confused with Wookiee a lot.
You do not seem like someone who follows Balder.
And you don't seem like someone who should be as well acquainted with that stick as he seems.
Why should I not be acquainted with the stick? It is a fine tool.
From what I hear, we your brothers are more of, and he'll point to himself, a gesture to himself, more of my kin. You seem more like Haraf's folk.
No.
No. Well, when that bear attacks us eventually, I can't wait to see you fight it. He won't?
No. He won't. Do you see him?
What makes you so sure? Round.
You don't see the bear anywhere?
See the bear anymore at all?
No. Bear's gone. You don't see him.
Well, okay then. When we get into any fight,
you actually
hear
a noise of a footprint behind you, coming from where the bedrolls were. And you see Ziggy. Their father is heading over to the campfire with some foodstuffs and a pan. Morning, young ones. How about some grub?
Where were you sleeping?
With my boys. Points over to where you see the three brothers who aren't awake, sleeping.
Is it the same direction as what was behind me, or is that a completely different direction?
Yeah. You're talking to the older brother, and he came from where the younger brothers were sleeping, all three of them.
Okay. Can't say no to food. But Varga will keep an eye on these two. Something's up.
Okay.
I'm suspicious of everybody, but I'm more suspicious of them.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. Roll a religion check.
Really? That one skill I am so great in. Okay. 16.
16. Okay. Give me a second here. Let's see, where was it? You actually see they have a symbol similar to the Aesir, but slightly different.
So the Vanir?
Potentially. That rings a bell to you.
It's similar to the symbols for my gods or our gods, but different. So okay.
There is the symbols for each specific deity, right? So you have the symbol of Odin, the symbol of Thor, Heimdall. And then you have like a group insignia for the Aesir and for the Vanir.
Okay, I can't determine if it's a specific one or if it's just a general one for one of the other ones.
It looks like it's more for the Vanir than the Aesir. But you don't know if it's a specific one or just that sub-pantheon.
Okay. Well, I'll keep my eye on them. My eye on them even more now.
Why would you want to keep your eye on them more?
See if they if in the middle of battle they invoke a deity and I can be like, aha!
Okay. And so he starts breakfast. Baggy gets up, joins him, starts prepping everything, making sure the horses seem to be good. You all start coming to. Anything you guys want to do?
So before everyone wakes up, or at least before my buddy Bjork wakes up, I take the stick that I poked him in the nose with to wake him up, and I lightly place it on his bedroll.
You actually notice he's sleeping underneath the wagon.
So I crawl under the wagon and place it there.
Okay. Just saying, you notice he had moved from where he was to there.
His sleeping arrangements don't concern me unless he wants it to.
He might, depends on if you flirt with him. So,
Nope. BF stands for best friends, not, well, never mind.
he already has someone else. And it's not cold enough to need your warmth. So you all come to. Bjork, as you come to, you notice you have this stick laying on you.
Bjork just picks it up and looks at it and then tosses it aside as he starts rolling his bedroll and climbing out from underneath the wagon.
And you notice it's started to drip ever so slightly. Just a very slight drizzle.
Raphis might have been up for a while, at least consciously awake, but and just keeping an eye on things. But his body he returns back to his consciousness, and when the rain starts, and he starts putting away his bedroll,
Okay.
or whatever he happens to be using, blanket or something.
Shall we take a quick 5-minute break here for everyone to get a drink and everything, or
That works.
we're close to like a halfway point, so I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, just in case we get into a combat or something. Yeah.
All right, then we'll do that. Thank you all for being here. Hang tight. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So, you all wake and have your breakfast prepared to you by the old man Siggy, father of the four. He greets all of you as you come to. Baggy's getting everything checked over, making sure everything's accounted for and stowed, and Bjork has seen this before. He's meticulous at ensuring everything is just so. And that's how he can be so profitable and succeed at this endeavors.
Yeah, so I would probably pay no mind, maybe help Baggy if it, hand him a rope that I know he's going to need.
Yeah.
Other than that, I pay no mind and I let him do his thing.
You've seen it before, I mentioned it because it would be new to everyone else. When you were younger,
Yeah.
you traveled with him some and got used to it. But the rest of the group has never seen exactly how methodical, meticulous, and caring he is with the goods, ensuring that they all are maintained and reach their destination. Anything you guys want to do in the morning before we head off? Okay.
Nope, I'm ready. I take my position about, since we're caravan's relatively slow anyway.
Yeah.
So I position myself about 4 horse lengths in the front and get ready to lead the group.
You all start moving in.
One thing you'll notice is that I'm using the pointed end of my spear, not the blade, but the pointed end, as a walking stick, and I'm poking the ground as we go, not only checking tracks, but checking for soft patches of dirt, mud, any kind of thing that could snag up horses. And if I do see it, I just motion to the wagons and point out where it is so that they can go around it.
Okay. Roll a survival to see how well you do. And I'll give you advantage. It's one of your specialties.
So that would be, with advantage, 19.
Okay. You were able to save them a number of times from some spots that are getting a little bit softer. Drizzle. Now, pop up the map so everyone can recall. You're heading south, and now you're actually heading west in that small arch from the river back to Harkon's main town of the island. As the day draws on, the rain picks up even more. It's cold. It's wet. You're just feeling great. You're just thrilled that before dinner, or at dinner, you're going to be back home. And you know there will be a nice, warm house and meal for you. And that's about the only thing keeping your spirits up as you guys just trudge along in this dank, lovely weather that's becoming harder to see as well. How would you all cope with this lovely turn in the positive weather?
I don't find it too much of a mind. Spent a lot of time outside as well, and so it's not too much. It's just another wet day. I mean, we're Norsemen, kind of used to not the greatest of living conditions.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're used to the. And now we have arrived in
That's-
Azeroth.
No, I know.
everyone.
I hit the button and it shifted on me. How do you
That's
stop
okay. You can't stop Azeroth.
it? No, I know. That's the problem.
Basically, Bjork is used to the rain, used to snow. In fact, he wants to
go.
be out on the ocean. And there's times when the rain hits his face that he feels like he's back on the boat with the ocean spray. But whenever he's leading a caravan, the rain always concerns him. So it's not a look of joy or that his morale has increased now that the weather's letting up. It's mostly good. Now we can progress. We'll get there sooner. We'll be able to park the caravan and be done with this.
Okay.
At least this leg of the journey.
Anything from the rest? Raph, Barger?
Raph is actually enjoying the bit of the rain on his face. He pulls down his hood and he just enjoys it, but doesn't say anything.
Burger has the appearance and attitude of a wet cat. He is not enjoying the rain. There's nothing he could do about it. So he's just being mopey and moody the whole way.
Okay. You guys are enjoying the lovely rain falling in. More or less. And yeah, it's great. Nice cold wind from the ocean, not far off. Nice wet falling all over your faces. And you see it in the distance. Arkans. Bit of a nice glow. There's some lights and fires going. Wafting of smoke coming up. Sign that there's warmth up ahead. You'll have made it. Jarl. Bjork didn't get to fix any wagon wheels because you rolled high enough to avoid the patches that were coming with the rain.
Oh, I should have given you disadvantage.
So, yeah. You could have lost supplies and stuff, but you made it. Well done. You all get there. You get to dust yourselves off and bring the animals in. Realize just how nice it is to get back in a nice warm environment. And Maggie tells you all, I will be delivering these goods to the Jarl in the morning. He does not need them at this hour. If you want to come, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I will divvy up your pay tomorrow morning. And I do thank you all for your aid, ever. I do believe there's a number of times we saw some wolves on our path, and I think we had enough ample bodies that they decided it was not worth the threat we all posed. So thank you. And
You're welcome, Father. I will abstain from visiting the Jarl, but go ahead and give my share of coin to Mute. He has been doing a fine job monitoring our group's wealth.
This is actually the largest caravan that your dad has made. Stepfather.
I'm rich, bitch! Sorry, that's a dated reference.
It's alright, you can have 3 silver.
Hooray!
No, it'd be more than 3. But, yeah, you'll all get paid here for so anything that you want to do that evening to relax and enjoy yourselves. Bjork, you're welcomed home with a big hug from your mother. And, of course, there's a nice large pot of delicious stew and bread just waiting for you all.
So, I go into the house, and I see Bjork's mother, and I give her a greeting, and I sit myself at the table for a serving, and then after dinner I plan to just go to the tavern and sit there and do nothing.
Raph would shake his cloak outside and maybe hang it up near the fire, I guess, to dry off.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he doesn't say much for dinner. Like, aside from common courtesy and pleasantries with the owners of the home.
Yeah. Which Baggy invites the others in as well. So it's a bit crowded. He doesn't tend to have, 11 people eating in his home. But he's able to get enough seating for everyone, and everyone can kind of cram in there. And she did make plenty of food for you. I mean, this is the largest cauldron she could pull together, just loaded with stew. Lots of breads, very good hearty meal to give everyone, a good filling after their trip. Afterwards, she actually brings out a little surprise. There's a few honey loaves that she's made that has some berries on them. Like a little Danish treat for everyone. And she has some heated meat as well. Help warm the body from the lovely cold.
I go up and I grab the treats to divvy them out. And I give my treat to our angry friend, Fritjof.
He gladly scarfs them all down. Anything he's given. You're not sure if he caught on that you gave him yours or not. That may be
He's
a little
stupid.
bit more
Probably not.
awareness than he's known to have. But you do notice a look on his brother's face. Rode clearly saw him.
So, during dinner, I motioned to Bjork to have a quick little chat with him. And so
If you're motioning to me or you're coming to me, the one thing you'll notice is after I helped, my eyes are looking out the window at the cart with the wood supplies that we had gotten.
The cart isn't there. It's safely
Or where
stowed
the
in the
cart
barn.
will go. Yeah, I'm fine. My eyes are looking towards the barn. The point is he's excited that he's willing to give up all the coin on the trip. He went for that wood for his boat, and it's here. It's right there. So maybe while he's drinking this warm mead, he's got like a look of satisfaction on his face.
So then I ask him, what got your spirits high? Yes, we're home, but this was not necessarily the toughest of adventures that we've done.
And I sign back to him so that the, Siggy's boys don't hear.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that one wagon of fine wood we brought back?
Yes, I remember.
I grin and I grip his shoulder like, hey, buddy. And
That's not for your
motion
father?
again. That's not for the Jarl or the father. That's for us.
That's for the boat? That's for the boat?
As you guys are
That's for the
saying
boat.
this, you're interrupted by a kindly face of a woman with a pouch of some sort, something bound in leather that's been treated with oils to be sealed and protect whatever's inside. She hands it to Bjork. Of course you know who this is, Bjork.
Is it?
Your mother. Well, stepmother.
Oh.
And on it, you
What's
see
this,
the
Mother?
marking of your father. Not your stepfather, your father. His family mark is on this leather binding.
I think Bjork's face goes pale, and he doesn't hungrily open the package or anything. He turns towards her. What is this, Mother?
I believe you're ready for this. Your adopted father, as you know, as we are not your birth parents, but we have adopted you as our own. We lost our son, and you lost your parents, and so we thought it was a good family fit. However, we did save some of your father's things that were being, dealt with for his requests as well. And we felt it might be time for you to look over.
Thank you, I say, and I slide it into my pouch.
It's hefty.
Give her a hug.
Has some good weight to it.
I appreciate you.
Personally.
And then I almost look at her as if I'm dismissing her, but I don't make any inclination or facial expression or vocalize it.
Yeah, no, she gives you a hug and then heads back to being a good host. She knows your Viking duty of being a good hostess to those who come. So
And
she
then
does
I
not shirk her
immediately
duties.
turn back towards the barn and continue to hand sign to mute as we talk excitedly about the boat.
Time next. The town has like a multi-purpose temple type place, shrine.
There is a... You could call it a temple, but it's more of a shrine because it's not that grandiose. I mean, we're not in a metropolitan area, right? These are small Viking homesteads and a small Viking town. It's not like any sort of city, and so it's not like a grandiose temple most people would think of as a temple. This is a temple for a small village sort of temple.
But it's not specifically to one
No,
of the gods. It's to
it's all
just
of
the
them.
whole.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm probably sitting next to Varger, I guess, and I say to, so did you might visit the shrine later? You're welcome to join me. It's not any one particular god. To all of them. Don't know how exactly you worship back in your homeland.
It is just to be clear, it is just the Aesir that are here in the town for the Jarl's request.
Oh, and Loki is not one of these here, I guess.
I didn't say whether he was or wasn't. I didn't say if he was there.
Well, is he? Because I have some religion knowledge.
What does Raven know of the Pantheon? Would this Raph know?
Roll? Would you like me to know? Like me to roll?
Sure. See if you paid attention to
Right.
Loki or not.
18.
18. They have a spot for him more of a appeasement than as a revering.
Then everything I said still stands.
But if you didn't roll high enough to know, you may not have known if they had one for him.
Yeah, okay. So I figure that out and I say I invite him. I don't know how you revere the gods where you're from, but you're welcome to join me if you're interested. And then probably end up heading to the bar if everyone else is going.
Yorick, let me know when you open
So-
that package. Barger, what are you saying?
So, okay, I guess the same kind of question is, Raph, where I do worship Loki to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know that he's part of the Vanir or not?
Loki is not part of the venue.
Right, he's something else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'd be like going to a nominal place and like where's the shrine to Satan? Kind of the same thing.
Not quite that bad, but
Yeah. Shrine to the betrayer.
To put it into perspective, it would be like going to a Catholic church and seeing statues of the disciples and reverence, even Judas the betrayer. And normally
Yeah.
they opt out of having Judas on display.
and that's the thing.
I wonder
It's
why.
not so much a statue to him, like they do the others. It's more of like a little cubby hole. Oh yeah, you have power too. Let's not make you upset. So it's more of a little nook with a name tag sort of thing, acknowledging existence, not so much anything else. The spot, because they use this as a place to teach the young ones about the Pantheon, and so they do have Hel and Loki and all of them listed, but not actually statues to them, not their emblems, their iconography. More of a little side note in the back of the room.
Yep. See, he will acknowledge Raph while he's stuffing his face full of food, but he's got his eye on, despite his suspiciousness on the other brothers, he has his eye on, God, I can't remember his name, on, Bjork's stepmom.
Okay.
Eekity.
How far away is Bjork's stepmom from Bjork's stepdad?
Not very far. Other than when she walks over to Bjork to give him something. She's either getting food and stuff or being right next to him.
Okay. I know how I would do it, but this is obviously Varger who doesn't give a damn about anything.
You know what? I'm gonna set you up for this because I want to see where this goes. I turn over to Baggy and I go, Father.
Yes, Bjork.
Mute and I were wondering if you would accompany us to the barn. We have much discussions.
I believe in the morning would be better. The rain will make it difficult.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. 18.
All right. But we shouldn't keep our guests
Just be
alone.
They've been traveling with us for weeks. If you will pardon me, Sigi and Sigisons, we'll be right back.
Very well. Let's go.
There you go.
As soon as his stepdad is and Bjork are out of the building, he will kind of try as casually as possible to slide up to his stepmom
Okay.
Bjork, he will tap her on the shoulder. Bjork never told me he had a sister.
She's obviously old enough to be Bjork's mother. And she looks at you like, that's probably because he did not, young one.
Raph probably was drinking at the time and probably heard that because of his exceptional persuasion, and he starts choking on his if it's mead or whatever the mead. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything.
Bjork is an only child.
Well, I can. I guess Fargo would have no idea that
I'm
technically
adopted.
that he's adopted, or that this is.
No. You'd be
Right.
thinking probably
So-
this is actually his mother.
Yes. So Fargo will say, well, I can tell, that he clearly did not get his good look from his father's line.
I mean, he does look a bit like his father. I don't believe you ever
But
met
all
his
of his-
father.
We haven't had time to sit down and chat. No.
She looks at you like, you haven't sat down and talked to dead people? She just has this like look at you like, are you like an evil necromancer? Are you just mad? I don't know what to do with you, sort of look on her face.
Or I guess I could not talk to him.
Okay. This is where Raph stops at this point. Baggy and Gunvar are Bjork's foster parents. His father passed away several years ago.
And Burger will he'll like, I see that. I am so sorry for your loss, ma'am.
My loss?
I did not know.
Like, she looks at you like, what are you talking about? What loss are you talking about? Like, she looks just bewildered.
Well, I assume that that Yorick's father died of an honorable death, and of course, this other man that you would be wed.
Of course he was a good man. And so was his mother was a great woman. Why do you think Baggy and I chose to take in such a fine young man?
Oh, okay.
Poor Varger.
Raph is trying not to laugh at this point.
I think it's at that time that Mute and Bjork and Baggy return.
Yeah, you guys come in, you see Varger talking with your stepmom, and you see...
And you're sure, Baggy, that it's safe, Father? You're sure it's safe out there?
Yes. Trust me, we secured it.
Thank you. Again, I can't thank you any more than I already have for what you've done.
I'm
Means
looking
a lot
forward
to me.
to it. I want to see your father's craftsmanship again, and I know you can do it.
And think of all the shore villages we'll be able to trade with.
It would be a great boon.
Yeah, let me get you a heated cider. And then I walk by over to my mother and I give her a kiss on the cheek.
You open the door and like walk in and you see Varger and your mother like standing there and this like awkward look going on between the two of them. Like she's like looking at him like he's gone mad or out of his mind, and he's looking there like, how is Varger looking with all this?
He is standing there with a look of sudden realization, but still trying to like pull the suave, charming guy look. It's really hard to describe.
I walk over to my mother and I kiss her on the cheek.
You also see Raph just trying to like stifle a laugh as you come in.
And I look at the two of them. I'm like, oh, gods, what's going on here? You guys look like someone died.
I don't know how close of a friend this gentleman is to you, Bjork. He seems to not know much.
I think he's quite smart.
No.
Good with a knife.
Background, like who you are.
Oh, I didn't think I was that important. Varger, if you wish to hang out with me, I'd be more than happy to. You've earned it. You've been a good sellsword.
I would love to.
Excellent. Tomorrow, then, you can help me with my boat. And I pat him on the back real hard. And then turn around and grab some heated cider and take it back to Baggy.
Yep. He's already had some, and then you see Siggy and his sons have already started filing out to go to the Jarl's quarters, because he has a place where they can stay. And
so before... hold on a second.
Yeah.
So as I notice them starting to file out, I get the attention of Bjork, and I wait for him to give his father his hot cider, but then I try to get his attention real quick.
Mm-hmm.
A pebble hits my chest. I look up at you. You don't have to do that indoors, and I walk over to him.
So I look in the direction of Siggy and his sons leaving, and I signal for Bjork. Should we invite them to the tavern as well?
You boys aren't done partying. You can meet us at the tavern.
You hear one of them in a gruff voice, so you can figure out which one. Where do you think I'm headed?
Well, when you get there, I'll buy you some drinks. You deserve it.
You notice one, with his big axe, heads towards there. The others head up towards the barracks, as they've been fondly called. Or bunkhouse, take your pick.
So I head up towards the three that are actually heading to the house, and I get the attention of one, and I point to the tavern, and I kind of do a shoulder shrug and point to the tavern again.
Siggy's first to speak up. I think I'm going to turn in, and I believe the two younger ones are going to join me. Frode might go out later. And Frode is like, I will probably be going out later to check on the troublemaker, but I want to be sure to stow my things before heading over.
So I go up to Siggy, and I extend my hand to him.
Fix it.
And then down the line with the other brothers, a sign of appreciation for assisting us, working with us, since they will not be coming to the tavern potentially. I'm giving my appreciation now, and then I head off.
They all shake, and the one who wasn't there with the four of them, the three brothers and the father, is already heading into the tavern and gotten there, and probably will be in a drunken stupor by the time you get there if you don't hurry.
Wouldn't want to miss out on that.
Bjork, while inside the house, looks over at Hraf and Varga. Will you be joining us in the tavern?
I'm gonna head to the temple to the shrine for a little bit. Varga's more than welcome to join me. I think there's a small section set aside for his patron, and then I'll probably head over to the tavern as well.
Yes.
So I
while
get-
you're there. Thank the gods for the success that we had.
I will.
So I get to the tavern before Bjork and obviously anyone else, and it's just the brute. What's his name again? I'm sorry.
It's right there on that table, the one with the red.
I can't. I mean, I could, but
Yeah.
I'm talking, so my hand is occupied.
Yoff.
Okay, Britjof. So I go up to him, and I have a horn, and I sit at the table with him, and I just kind of look at him.
He looks at you.
So I symbol towards Bjork's house, pointing over there, and then I make like a motion small.
He just looks at you like, what? And then he pulls out this, it looks like someone took like a stump or something. Like it's this massive like hollowed out log that is also turned like a root or something into a handle. So it's like this massive mug that's about like the size of his chest. And he looks over at the bartender, barkeep, whatever you want to call him. Like, fill it.
I look amazed, and I
You just
point
about fit
and
it on your
hold
head.
up one finger. I hold up one finger, like, just one for me?
He like pats himself. That's the one I got.
So I signal to the bartender, the keep, tavern maid, and then I hold up two fingers. Two horns. I gotta keep up.
He's like, yes, would you like 2 horns? Is that what you're asking for, Mute?
Just nod my head, yes.
Very good. She goes back and roll me a d20.
Four.
2 nice horns she comes back with. Puts them in the holders there in front of you. Here you go.
I thank her, and I look at Brynjof, Bjoff, the guy, Brute. I'm just gonna call him Brute.
Friet Yoff, like Fritos,
Fritjof.
but Yoff.
So I look at the Brute, and I take both horns from the holders, and I raise them to him.
He raises his and raises an eyebrow and just starts chugging.
And I join, of course.
Okay.
So obviously I'm going to drink mine down faster because it's not nearly as much.
Roll a con.
Another 4.
You actually are there
Yeah.
like choking it down as fast as you can. And you see he's wiping his mouth when you're done. And he just lets out this like reverberating belch that just like vibrates the whole area.
So I laugh. I laugh and I go back to finishing my drink.
He's like, another. Oh, right away.
And I request my 2 more.
She'll go get him. Bjork, Barger, Hraf. I know, Hraf, you said you're heading to the temple. Bjork and Vargar.
Where are you headed, Varga?
Even though he got that invitation with Haraf to go, he doesn't actually go with him. He kind of goes outside the front door and just kind of stands there for a second until I guess he's kind of waiting for Bjork, I guess.
Okay.
And before Bjork leaves, he goes into his room and pulls the bag out of his satchel to see what it was.
You see a family heirloom that you thought lost, that you knew was supposed to be kept private, and that your father would only share it with someone he trusted, like a brother. This is actually your father's and his father's books of ideas and sketches on ships. And there's blank pages, and it's high quality. Bound in leather, treated, and there's still some space in there. And the outside leather covering was to be doubly certain that it was protected.
I'm going to put it back into the bag. Remove my... Well, not remove, actually. I'll just put it in the bag, lift that floorboard, and then set it inside before heading out.
Yep. And as you're heading out, you notice the standard... we'll left a light on for you. Candle is lit there. And your parents are nowhere to be seen.
As I walk outside the door, shut it behind myself, and I see Varga standing there. Oh, Varga. Decided to head over to the tavern with us after all, eh?
Most likely, I'm not feeling in a mood to meet the gods.
A look of perplexion crosses my face. Is everything all right?
When we were in there meeting your mother, you treated me fairly unusually, and I wanted to know why.
Who treated you unusually?
You did.
Me?
You treated me like someone would treat a friend.
Well, we fought together. We found glory together. And if I'm willing to fight by your side and have you stand shoulder to shoulder with me, well, then you are friend. I'm gonna have to risk my life for you. I would hate to think that I'd be risking my life for an enemy.
Friend.
Aye?
No, just thinking.
Varga, listen, I'm an orphan. And most people, although our culture is highly adaptive of relocating orphans, look at orphans as a burden. For reasons unbeknownst to me, Baggy and Gunvar never had a child of their own. But
Björn,
they've always treated...
sorry not to interrupt, but you do know they had a son.
Yeah, but that's not really anybody's business. You know
No, that's
what I mean?
fine. That's fine. I just want to make sure you
Yeah.
remembered personally, that's all. Not that you'd say it.
But they've treated me as their own, which has granted me much opportunity as a shipwright's son without a father to put forth my name, no one would ever let me build a ship or design a ship for them. But because they have spoken for me and helped me network and gave me the tools I needed while I was growing up, I can still carry on my bloodline's passion. You, my friend, are a new member to this group. Why should I treat you any differently than I do Praff or Mute or Jotnar? And as he says Jotnar, his voice kind of cracks a little and he trails off, wondering where the big guy is. You're family now. We bleed together, we die together. I would expect no less from you.
Wait. Jotnar.
You've heard them
Yes,
mention.
Jotnar. Old friend of ours who...
Oh,
Oh, no, he's not dead. At least I hope not. Not yet, anyway. He, I think he was summoned. But he also wasn't of... And I kind of look at my body. Human nature. Let me just put it this way. If we can get an entire town of people to accept a half-giant, as well as be brother in arms with him, then I don't care whose feet you grovel to in the temple. You are an equal in my eyes. Should anybody treat you any less than an equal, you let me know and I'll gouge them out with my spear.
it's good to have you as a... I should explain. I did not have friends. Colin. I did not have a lot of things. But it's nice to know I have a friend or friends.
Of course. And tomorrow, you'll have a heavy coin purse. We're getting paid tomorrow.
I know you are, and Varger is very clearly kind of like knew this friend thing. I need you to make me a promise. This is something that is never mentioned within the vicinity of the bird.
I'll try not to say a whole lot around him. That's why Mute and I oftentimes turn our backs.
And you may only tell the Mute if he also promises not the bird.
If the Mute promises not to
tell
talk.
The bird. If he did talk, I'd be amazed. I've been trying to get him to do it for years.
I'd be amazed if the bird could do that language you speak, language you sing.
I could teach you.
Well, if you can keep the promise, then I would be glad to learn it. And he'll lean in like closer to Bjork. I don't actually follow Loki.
Bjork kind of quirks an eyebrow, but nods. Okay.
I follow Freya.
You know, I could swore I kind of got that feeling. How you flirted with the Jarl's daughter in front of him.
Hmm.
Well, an oath is an oath, and I whip out my knife, draw it across my palm to draw blood, and then hand the handle of the knife to Varga for him to do the same.
Varga will look at the knife and does it have to be the whole hand?
No. I just noticed it heals easier if you, and I show him where I sliced. If you slice it across this crease here, even if it scars up, no one will know.
We'll cut just enough to draw blood, but not like the whole way across. Blood is blood, and
Blood is blood.
he'll shake on it.
Yeah, and I clasp his hand, and our oath is our oath. And I grab the knife back from him and put it away. So besides, it's not like you hit on my mom. And I turn around and start walking towards the tavern.
You join him?
I take a step back for a second, and then I join him. And as we're like halfway to the town, I'm just gonna start loudly saying, like, so you left your father to enjoy your mother's honey loaf, huh?
Keep the jokes coming, Varga. Keep the jokes coming. No, but seriously, and I pat him on the back. Growing up, it was very hard for me to make friends because all of them ogled my mother. Baggy, he's such a gentleman, but I wouldn't take my eyes off him. Anybody crosses him, he's not too afraid to split a skull, if you know what I'm saying. But, yeah, I grew up with a lot of people ogling my mother. She's quite a beauty.
There's a reason she runs the shop in town. She makes good money.
Well, I hope you agree. If you say she's ugly, I'd have to kill you where you stand.
Let's go drink.
Absolutely. Drinks are on me tonight, on account of you not getting paid yet. After that botched magic trick you did in the temple on top of the mountain, I really don't see you making too much money unless you do some honest work.
Me? Honest?
I laugh at that. That's actually funny. And then I open the door of the tavern, and the first thing I look for, I don't look for anybody else but Mute. Mute has this weird way when he enters the tavern. There's always a bubble around him where nobody else sits with him. Maybe it's because he's not talkative, but he's usually easy to spot out.
You see him right away, and you see this big guy right next to him, and they're about to start chugging. Speaking of, Mute, I need another con save.
Hopefully it's not a 4.
Oh, how's a 14?
14 is a wee bit better, yeah.
This time, you wipe your mouth from the second one, and you see he's just finishing his. He's like, hey, not bad, little one. You know, taunting you, little axe, opposed to his huge axe. That's kind of what he was gesturing.
So I laugh again, and so they're not in here yet, right?
No, but it looks like the system just decided to disconnect for some reason.
Oh yeah, I see that. I see it on your stream. Oh, there it goes. Now it's disconnected.
I have it back up. That was strange. Here we go.
Just as
I've never seen that before.
I just added stuff to my character sheet. We'll see if it's saved.
That's a good question. I didn't manually save it, so we'll see.
I've had this happen with Settlers of Catan once with Tabletop Sim. It's one of the reasons why I can't stand this goddamn program.
This is the first time I've ever had that happen. But hey, we'll see what happens.
Nope, none of them. In my notebook, yes, but not on the character sheet. But no big deal.
All right, back to what we were doing. So yeah, you see that, and you see them just finish their second round. You can tell by the looks of them. And you see this massive tankard that Fritjof is drinking from, and Mute has 2 horns that he's drinking from.
I lean over to Varga. I'll give you a silver piece right now if Mute loses to the big guy. That's the one thing you have to realize. I always bet on my friends.
So Fritjof is going for a 3rd round. How's Mute feeling?
I mean, I'm ready for another 2.
All right. You see, nice young barmaid works here. Daughter of the guy who owns the establishment brings over another round.
Is
for
she
these
single?
2. You don't know, do you?
My game, I don't think is properly loaded in because I see these weird
I
things
see
next to
too.
the characters.
The dice looks like a fucking satellite.
Right? I was trying to roll it to
Interesting.
get the stuff off of it. No, it's still there.
Right here. Let's see what we can do. Here. That fix it?
Ah, there we go. Yep.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. See? Not hard fix. Are these
As
dice okay?
Mute is getting ready to do his 3rd cup, I move over towards the barmaid. I'll take those from you and feed them to the guzzling giants here. I know her name, right? Village small enough for me to know her name?
You probably are.
So what would her name be? The DM's most hated chore.
Well, you want to make sure you save the name. I don't like getting it wrong, and I had some names here, but they went missing, so you know how that goes. You've been there. Come on. Load a little faster, please. You have a good feminine Viking name, Jarl. I'll take that as well.
Do have a couple. Let me open up my...
Tove. That's a good one.
Tove, yeah.
Tove.
Tova.
Tova.
Tova, you look lovely today.
Oh, Bjorek. How was your trip?
It went well. My friend Varga here, and I pat him on the shoulder. He's quite the warrior. It's an honor to have him tag along with us.
Excellent. I'm glad you had some good health. I know that trip can be a problem. I know Baggy does a good job with it, and he brings back such great things.
I have a question for you, Tova.
Yes?
Do you see anything my friend Varga here can do to improve his attraction towards women? Or do you think he looks just fine?
I don't know. She looks at him. I mean,
He will have this. He will develop a sly dog grin.
roll a charisma check.
Can he get advantage since I'm like his wingman?
This is more how he holds himself.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm not holding him up. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a more of a physical
confidence
presence. Yeah. If it was like a verbal sort of thing, I'd say yes. This is more of
You poor
a
bastard.
stance sort of thing. What'd you get?
Just flat charisma.
Yeah. Not bad.
That is a 13.
Do we all have inspiration at the beginning of each mission?
Yes, I think he gave us a coin, so I think we do.
Yeah, I didn't have a coin.
Yes,
That's
I
why I
should.
asked. That's okay. I'm going to spend mine to have him roll that again. Try it again, buddy. Yeah, higher than 13.
Hold on, don't roll yet.
Okay.
Don't roll yet. What do you got?
Okay. Oh,
Well, I'm giving you, I'm blessing you. Power of Odin.
Ooh. What does that do?
Theraven rolls play
It's a
this
D4
card.
to the roll. It'll
Yeah.
pop up in a moment.
Perfect.
There we go.
And if I were you, I would actually chuck your dice because the way Tabletop Simulator works is sometimes you get in a perpetual state of repeat numbers, like where it lands on an 18 and then falls to a 6.
You can also just
So
toss it
just-
across the table and it will bounce and roll.
Just kind of toss it on the black part of the table. You'll have a better roll.
hold on. Oi.
Do you like that?
Plus a D4.
Yep.
Plus is D4, yeah.
Three?
16. Wait, no. 3 is 14, so 1 better than 13.
Well, the 3 would actually be added to
Uh,
the better
To
of the
the
two.
other one, too.
Because
Oh.
he gave you
Bless-
advantage.
Yeah, Bless goes towards the advantage roll.
Oh,
You
so
get a
then
total
it'd be
16.
16, yeah.
Heck yeah.
And yes, Jarl, I meant to do that. So there you go. Everyone has one in front of them other than you, since you said you wanted to spend yours on that.
Oh, the only reason why I asked is because I noticed that Raven and
Yeah,
Vaga had theirs, but I
I-
wasn't sure.
put them out in front of the table so that hopefully everyone can see.
Yay! 16's not bad, though.
No. She's like, I mean, he's good. He's just a bit, I don't know, not from here?
Yeah, but isn't that exciting? Isn't that what ladies like? A little bit of adventure?
Depends on the lady you're going for.
And what kind of lady are you going for, Vaga?
Converter, look
You know what, Varga?
around.
I'll let you handle this. I'm gonna go watch Mute. He's about to go again, and I completely just leave him there with the barmaid.
Is the barmaid the only girl in the tavern?
No. She's the one who's working in the tavern. Her father's the one who owns the place.
Mm-hmm. So, what are but there are other women here.
Yeah, there's a few.
Like a few. So, like, he'll kind of look across the crowd when he gets asked what woman he's looking for. Are there any that pop out to him? Stand out?
I mean, there's a lady who seems to be working there who's a bit older and looks to be potentially not local as well. Is there something particular looking for, or?
If there's nobody that stands out, he'll kind of look over them and I'm looking for.
It's more, is there like, are you just trying to see if any of them look particularly nice? Are you looking for one that looks like less local? What do you mean stands out? I'm trying to make sure I know what aspect of standout you're looking for.
Looks more like the people I'm used to at home. Like, looks off island.
Ah. Off island, there would be two. There is seems to be the barkeep's wife, because they're over there being close, and they're about somewhat similar age. And Bova keeps going to them and getting drinks from one or both of them. There's one other. Yes, there is one other one that really catches your eye. She looks very stunning and definitely not from here. She looks much more like closer to what you're used to. But she seems like she has some style of local as well. She looks not very happy, but she's here.
When Tove kind of makes her way back, yes,
she's still doing her. She's there talking to you. I was saying that you'd seen her go over to do that before, so that you knew who they were. Kind of gave you that indication. But she's there talking to you right now.
Tove, who is that one? He'll point out the one that you mentioned.
Yeah, that's Aslif.
Say that again. What is it?
Aslif.
Aslif?
Yeah. I would avoid her if I were you.
America's finest reporting.
Not the greatest story, especially since you know who's involved.
I don't, because I'm not from here.
I put the name in chat, so you have it there.
Is he one of the brothers?
No. Vigo is involved. He brought her back.
These are names that I should be familiar with, but I have no idea who they are.
You're not from here. Go ask your friends about Vigo. I'm not gonna touch the topic. I'm sorry. That's not something I'm willing to discuss.
So you don't have to reveal anything to me, but did this person that
So real quick, just for fun, while he's over there talking and he's kind of stumbling and he's having a good old time, Bjornik is still standing there with my horns, so I throw a pebble at Bjornik to get his attention to bring over my horns.
Oh yeah, like I said, I was heading to you to give you your drinks.
Yeah, I think he said he left and handed you your drinks, so we can do another con save for the two of you.
Oh no, I'm gonna let him keep going with the story. I just wanted to make sure I had my drink. Damn it.
Yep.
This person that look, I'm sure my friends could tell me, but we all know that the ear of a god. I don't think I've had a character. I don't think I would have said this in real life. Well, let's set this way. Sorry. Everyone knows that in the ear of a barmaid hears and knows many things, and I'm sure you could tell a newcomer the gist of what happened without getting into grisly details.
At that, you see another girl who looks a lot like her, a bit different of a hair color, but very much looking like talking to, comes up. Vova, we need to go. And sorry, mister, but we're not going to talk about him because we like staying healthy. And Tova's like, I'm sorry, I need to go help my sister.
Okay. And he will actually start approaching that the girl that reminds him of home.
Sleep.
Okay.
I think now, I don't know, maybe Raph is, he was only going to stay for a bit just to say a few prayers. So
Yeah.
maybe now he might be coming by her.
Yeah, you'd be probably finishing up your prayers or getting into them. Depends on if you just, like, ran straight in there or if you greeted anyone.
Oh, if there's someone there, then I would have greeted them a bit, and I wouldn't initiate conversation, but I wouldn't be rude if they...
The shrine keeper and his apprentice, one of them is typically always awake, just to tend the shrine. And they stay there. So essentially, a priest and an acolyte.
So yeah, I would have greeted them, but if they didn't initiate any conversation, then or aside from pleasantries, then I wouldn't start them, and I would just do a few prayers, and that was it, and thank Odin for the day.
They'd greet you when you came in, because they usually do that, and see if there's anything you need. Like, Raph, welcome back. Is there anything we can help you with?
No, I just came to say my just some evening prayers and give thanks, and then I was going to head to the tavern.
Excellent. And they, just gesture towards the location of Odin and let you go.
So yeah, he's not going to be there long. Just stuff he would do at the end of the day, or at least pay some homage when he's at an actual shrine or thing.
Yeah. All right. So you start heading.
Yorick at the tavern. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Raph starts heading towards the tavern. We go back to the tavern and we see 3 gents in there. One approaching a unhappy-looking lady, and one cheering on his friend who seems to be in a drinking competition with another man.
And you just see Bjork is standing there next to Mute, like not touching him, but he's going, "Come on, you can't let him beat you, Mute. Drink like there's no tomorrow."
All right. Do another con save. Round 3.
Okay, let's see if it goes better. Actually, I'm going to toss it, so disregard whatever this lands on.
$10.
Better than the 2 that I said to disregard. So yeah,
Oh.
10. I have an inspiration as well, right?
Raven, welcome
Yeah.
back. You do have an
That's right.
inspiration if you want to spend it.
I just
Yeah.
reset. There's some
I was-
ghost images of notes, various people's notes all over the board.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm just kind of
But
ignoring it.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I'm ignoring it because it's not visible on Dime's screen, so I was just going to ignore it.
Yeah. So I'm going to I'm going to use my inspiration and roll again.
I had a question. Can
Okay, never mind.
Did that clear it? Or
no,
No,
it's just like there's ghost
it's
images.
a token bug. You gotta delete the tokens and bring them back, but it's all right. There's like some ghost images around Fritjof and.
Got it. Okay.
Well,
What'd you
there's
get?
my 20. I rolled a 10. The first roll, inspiration, was shite, and I rolled a 3 on that one. And then I pressed my roll button. I got a 20. So I should have just pressed the roll button apparently. But the first roll with the 10. That's what I'm using.
And then your Constitution save, if you look on your chart, is a 2, so that's a 12.
12 it is. Hooray!
So he wins this one, slamming his cup down as you're chugging the last bit. Like, you still can't quite keep up with me for drink, but you're doing a well job.
So I laugh, and then I turn over to Bjork, and I look at him, and with the back, with the back of my hand, I
extra horns of mead, and I hand Mute the 4th drink.
He just is like, sure, let's do another. And he immediately looks at Mute, since Mute started this all off, and he's like, ready?
So I'm gonna just go ahead and roll.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to use my inspiration to give the brute advantage.
Oh.
So I rolled a 16 plus 2, so that's 18. So whatever the brute's advantage would be at that.
Are you sure that's how you want to spend it?
Yes.
Okay.
He wants that silver.
He does.
That first roll was better anyways. He wins, but just barely.
From across the room, while he's on the way to see this unhappy, semi-familiar face, he'll yell across the room just as the mute's gonna start drinking, saying, "Don't choke, Mute."
Cutting words. All right.
Ah, you did well, Mute. You did well. 4 horns of mead and you're still standing. That's a victory in my eyes.
As you say 4, I look at the table to the other 4 that are already there.
8.
Yeah, double.
I let out a little hiccup, and with the back of my hand, I slap the area on his leg where the wolf tooth went in earlier in the adventure.
Ouch.
And then I pull out a silver coin and hold it up in the air as I gain my composure to hand it to Varger when he comes back.
All right. Oh man, the amount of time we've spent at home eating a meal and in a tavern compared on the journey is interesting. So Raph comes in at that point, and you see that Fritjof and the Mute have been having a drinking competition. So, Varger, you're approaching this lady. What do you want to do?
So, language question.
Yeah.
I can speak the language from here.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be a language specific to the island we both came from?
It's more like you're speaking Australian versus British versus American.
So there'd be words that we would share in common, but they're the same essential language.
Yeah. That's how you can survive on this island without learning a new language. Dumpruff, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
So Varger's basically just gonna walk up and be like, "Oh."
Good day, Sheila.
Yeah. Is there a set accent for the other island?
I hadn't given them a set one, but you can pick one. It was a good real world example.
The only accent I can pull off, especially this time of year, is my Ravenloft accent, my Barovian accent.
There you go.
Do it, yes.
So,
welcome to Barovia.
Barker will slip into his familiar tongue. And 1 second, I gotta. Okay. Good evening, sister. It is nice to see someone from the inn.
He looks at you, very on guard, with this look of what do you want?
I saw that you are saddened with a deep frown on your face. And I thought perhaps you would like someone from home as someone to talk to with good memories.
Do not think that we are exactly from the exact same location as you might think. I do not know you. And I don't think you want to talk to me unless you're willing to lose your head.
Perhaps you have.
You didn't feel she said that in a threatening way, more of a cautionary way.
I have done things that would risk my head if I ever would return home. So, and he'll go to sit down across from her, and I am not afraid to risk my neck for a good evening.
There is no good evening here. Not where Vigo breathes.
I am not from here. What does
Obviously,
he done?
because you are stupid enough to come over here.
Sister, what has he done to you?
Things you don't know, you shall never know.
Perhaps I could help you.
Sure, kill him, and then we can talk.
Oh, it's spicy.
She's very spicy.
Is this the guy she's talking about? Is that the dude who's not at the table? The half giant?
No.
Okay,
You've not heard this name. Like, you as a player probably have not heard this name. But the other players have.
He will take a dagger not wield it, but just hold it, and he will lay it out on the table in front of him, between the two of them.
She looks at it like, what?
What does my sister have to offer if I do so?
She'll find out when it is done. I do not think you are capable as you think to do this thing.
Oh.
She like knocks the dagger towards you. Roll a perception check.
Oh, you could use inspiration. Oh, wait, you already used it on mute. Oh.
Rub it in.
Shucks.
So I have one. So does
Shut up, Craft. Keep that to yourself. No, just kidding.
Wait, I actually have. I could give disadvantage or a bane as well.
I have 17.
17? You're not
Dang.
an expert on it, but you have seen a few, like, accursed markings, things that are considered you don't do. And you notice a few of them on her arm as she knocks the dagger back to you. Just go. As long as Vigo is alive, I do not want to talk with anyone. She's dismissing you.
Okay. Character question, very quickly. So, accursed things like things that would be considered criminal?
Potentially.
Okay.
Hexes, curses, dark magic, those sort of things. Things that
So
you don't touch, you don't tamper with.
Okay. I thought it meant like, okay. So I was gonna say I have the criminal background, meaning would I be marked a certain way? A similar way?
No.
Okay.
You'd be aware of those sort of things if you know they're sometimes sold and purchased on black market sort of thing, but only by the worst sort of individuals.
And it's a like a forged mark or like was she something that she would be forced to have?
You don't know.
That's a good question. So, would he be able to roll medicine to see if it was self-inflicted or if it was branded?
Yeah.
He could roll, but you wouldn't necessarily know. Just to point out, if someone, it would take more than a cursory glance of medicine to know if someone branded themselves or someone else branded them. If they cut themselves or someone else cut them. You're gonna have to look a little bit more detailed and closely to get that kind of determination than just to see that something's there.
Yeah, and this is just a glance, and I also wouldn't know it in character.
Right. The fact you rolled that high is why you got to see anything.
Yeah. If I have to have a test of my character and my ability and capability to my sister to show her that I am more and willing than capable of killing this person that has brought them great harm to you, give me a test, something that I can do to show you.
Kill him or don't. That is all I have. That is all there is.
Then where is he?
Currently not here, last I knew. Out gallivanting about, causing more problems. Go speak with your friend. Maybe they'll give you more information. I don't want to talk about him. And she just goes back to her drink.
It was nice to see you, sister. And he'll go back to Bjork and mute.
Okay. Carter rejoins you all. You continue your festivities, though you wish to adjourn, and then you do so and get a good night's rest. That is where we'll pick up next week, as we are late, but I wanted to be sure we finish this. Unless you wish to speak to your friends about what you've found, Barger.
Yeah, like right quick.
Okay.
So, oh my god, the name. I write this shit down. He'll go to Bjork and the Mute and Raph eventually. I'm looking for someone. I got a name and I made a promise to someone.
You're saying this to
I can't.
the three of them, right?
Yeah, I say the guy's name. Like, yeah, Vigo.
When you say that, Bjork kind of glances over at Mute and his hand tightens around Dagger. Just white knuckling it.
I can tell Bjork remembers this name. Does Raph and Mute remember this name?
Raph might, but Raven doesn't.
Yeah, same. The Mute, man.
Vigo's the bully mentor that beat us while we were training.
And also,
Didn't he kill somebody?
he did. He killed your teacher and mentor.
Yeah. But he did it in a Humdragen or whatever they call it.
Sort of.
Eagle. But
You have to remember, your mentor
also
was much
shitty.
older,
Yeah.
and everyone kind of knew it was disgrace that Vigo was willing to even face off against him there. But you guys
Yeah.
never found out
Like,
why.
in the laws of gods, it was okay, but it was really distasteful because it just looked like he was trying to get his job.
Yeah. Your mentor, Gunskard, was standing for honor and justice, like he always does, against something Vigo did or was doing, had done. You guys never did find out. But in doing so, Vigo demanded a duel for justice and killed him. Being much younger,
I think at that point, and we could end maybe on this, I look at the other two and I go, we should talk in the morning about this. We've been wanting to take Vigo down for quite a while. So if you guys remember, that's also why we went apeshit on those kids during the when we were trying to show off and Jotnar crashed into that table and stuff, is we were trying to get the Jarl's attention so we could build up clout and go after Vigo.
no,
Yeah.
actually, going after Vigo came after that.
Yeah, that was later down the road.
Yeah. I meant going to the tomb and showing off our glory.
Oh,
was
yes.
To try to build up, impressions from the Jarl so that we could be in a position to take Vigo down. Because
Yep.
Ildene.
Vigo. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much, players. You guys did great. It's been a blast. It's been wonderful. I love this every time. Oh, I hate that it's every other week, but it is what it is. So I will see you all on the 2nd. Until then, enjoy the story. We'll see you guys then.